Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Tuesday, August the 27th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room, 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free room. And I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And also in the email you're getting, you will see a promo code for 15% off either the first month or the entire year of a Trade Idea subscription. And again, I open the room at 9 o'clock every morning. That's Eastern Time, of course. And that is when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic, and I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. Well, as they say, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday was kind of a boring day for me. Didn't really do too much. It wasn't that exciting. And all that changed today. Now, not just because I happened to get lucky in a couple of these crazy low float pre-market ones, but there were a lot of opportunities all day long and, shall we say, the more traditional plays. But no question that OSN and the other one that I'm going to show you, actually three that I'm going to show you, made my day. OSN, it started to gap up. I think it had some news. I can't remember exactly what the news was, but it doesn't really matter what it was. But it's a low float situation, only has 2.4 million shares in the float. I ended up taking this just over the whole number. I sold right here at around 505. I sold some right here at I think it was actually it's 565. I don't know why that's there, but anyway, I move it up a little bit. Sold at 565. Sold some here at 643, and then the balance all the way up here at 730. And so what a tremendous early morning trade. And again, all this is in the pre-market. You know, the market hasn't opened yet until that candle. And then once it opened, look what happened. Now, it did pop. I didn't take it, but anyway, that was a great pre-market trade. Now, when I got out of that one, I saw this one, EDNT. Now, EDNT also was going crazy, and it got just over the whole number. And I think they had several news releases. One of the more crazy ones that I saw is that they're partnering with somebody who's trying to make roses last 2 years. Anyway, I ended up taking this one just over the whole number, also at 307. I immediately got out some at 336. And then up here, I got all the way up to 370. And as it came down, I got out at 355. I did not, want to count my blessings too much in terms of the, I'd already done the first pre-market low floater. This was the second one. However, then this one shows up. Now, this is not in the pre-market. Look at this one, SSNT, another low float situation, 2.39 million in the float. You probably notice a pattern here. Now, this zoomed up. I waited for the little break over 6. I took the trade right there at 607, I think it was, 607. And I got out at 670. And then it just kept moving higher and higher. So I left a little bit on the table. And then it just came right back down. So, I mean, I was just trying to protect myself here because, that, of course, could have happened right there. Obviously, if I thought it was going to go up to 8, I would have held on a little bit longer, but you just never know with these things. And I can't even remember if it had any news. I'm sure it had some kind of news, but anyway, so those were 3 low float situations. We're kind of back into low float mania again. The only difference is that, these ones just did not sustain themselves. When we're in true low float mania, then we'll see things that, we'll do this and maybe base a little bit and then keep going. Now, I have to show you this other one. This was from yesterday. Look at Archie. I don't know if it's bounced at all. Not at all. So Archie was see, this is what I was kind of talking about. This was the pop. And, it did pull back a little bit, but it didn't, get all the way back down here. And then at the end of the day, is that 3 o'clock? At the end of the day, it actually closed high. Pulled back a little bit. Pulled back in the pre-market, but look at what happened here once the market opened. But more importantly, look what happened here. So, you've got to be very careful. That's 1.5 million shares in the float. We kept looking to see if there was a specific reason for this. That is a dramatic sell-off, especially kind of, early on in the day, relatively early in the day. You might see something like this towards the end of the day. If the stock had been up here and it didn't look like it was moving, then you're going to get a lot of people who may have been in here and hadn't sold everything yet, and they start to sell, and then it really starts to charge the sell down. But I don't know what happened here. I truly don't. I mean, just an incredible run down. And let's see what else happened. I did a couple other things here. Couple of little scalps. The only one really to go over is GIS. Still have a little bit of this left. GIS ended up taking this trade right around here, 51.83 on the short. This is sort of on the pull up. Waited for the break below the whole number, and I know Real was all over this one. And covered some here at 76 and covered some here at 52. Just waiting to see if it can get down a little bit more. I mean, there is 51.24. Looks like it's trying to get down again. This is one that I was actually watching also, Flowers, and maybe I'll get back in it. It had the pull up here. The reason I didn't like it, I mean, I loved it. I mean, you look at it on a weekly chart, you're going to see there's no support. There's no support until you get down to this level here. So that's why I loved it. I had earnings a couple of days ago, and so when you look at it on the daily, you can see exactly what happened. So there's a couple of days there, or right there, I guess, and so it has been falling ever since. But when I was watching the SPY, and this is what I was saying to everybody, the SPY was doing this. And this was just, yes, the SPY was doing this, but then it started to move up as the SPY was moving down. And I thought, you know what? I don't like the way it's trading. Now, I may get back in it. It had the little pull up to the 15 level. I may get back in it if it can take out 1480. You'll have to see. But anyway, very, very exciting day. I mean, there's another Real in the room. Of course, he's shorting his own stock. There was just so much activity. I want to show you what happened with the evening scan also. Momo, some really interesting is right off the bat. So there's 34.88. It hits, going to be quick, 35.40. This one, NETE, again, it pulled back a lot, but 5.50, it hit 6.31. Cal, 19.30. Come on, 19.30. It hit 19.94. I don't think this is the one that didn't do anything, 2.85. But yeah, it really didn't do anything. And when I say that, I mean, yes, but you'd never be holding it down here. I mean, well, to me, when these, you get in, you look at the alert, and if it really just doesn't, if it just kind of bases for a while and doesn't really do anything, you just kind of move on. The FSLY, very, very choppy. I find that very difficult to trade, but, it did get the alert at 29.05. It hit almost 30. This is a disaster. I'd like to get rid of that one forever showing up, PHUN. I don't think it really did any. Yeah, I mean, it just is all over the place. This one, Medco, very good. 40.79 hits 43.76. So, I mean, that's a $3 pop. Now, actually, this one was one that people shorted. Let's see if it did anything. 52.01, what did it get to? Okay, just a second. I might be doing the flowers. Yeah, but then it turned around, and you can see that a short opportunity, 46.66, came when it hit a certain level. So I mean, that's why I like having it separated, because yes, we're looking for the pop, but if the stock drops and it gets to a certain level compared to what it did yesterday, then you'll also get an opportunity to maybe short it. Especially, you have to understand also that the market was up. This is all up in the pre-market. Like, the market was positive, and then it's been drifting down for the day. So just one moment, please. Okay, I'm just watching this one to see if I'm going to short this one. I think I might, if it gets into the low 80s, I'll probably reshort this one. It's not that dynamic. That's the only issue I've got with it. Anyway, I want to get back into the room and check that out and a few other things. So just close down that chart. So if you have any questions for me, you can use this email address, and this is a link again to get into our free room. And in the email you're getting, you'll see a promo code. So I hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow at 9 o'clock when I open it, Eastern Time. And remember, I do share my screen and I'm live on the mic. Bye-bye.